So in order to create this balance of inviting him and then also holding our boundaries and creating respect for ourselves, we're going to start to get into the habit today of when we do want to assert a boundary, whether it's about him forward planning our dates or actually that you want to take things a bit more slowly, we're going to try playful communication, and we're also going to try to demonstrate things through our actions. So instead of trying to communicate so much verbally, we're also going to let our actions speak for us. Again, this is a very, very powerful way of communicating with men and also kind of showing him where he is in relation to us. Because remember, he thinks it's all on him to create this attraction with us, to successfully start a conversation, to successfully flirt, to successfully get our phone number, to successfully get to that first date. So in his mind, dating is a very linear process that's a little bit like Mario Land. Like he's going through different levels of trying to get closer to getting to know you. So and just like any game, though dating is of course not a game because there's real people and real emotions involved, but if we imagine it like Mario Land, if the level was set to super difficult and, he couldn't do one thing without getting blitz down, he's probably not going to feel very motivated. Likewise, if the level is really super easy, and again, he's getting loads of attention from you without really having to do very much, again, it's not that rewarding for him. So you want to find that nice balance where he feels challenged enough, but also invited to carry on. This way, you start to create a really amazing feedback loop with him, which shows when he's doing things well and you're really enjoying his company and you see him making an effort to get to know you more, he starts to get a little bit more time with you. He gets more flirtation from you. He gets more attention. And likewise, if he says something that's a bit not cool or that he doesn't put that effort in that you'd like to see him making, he's going to have the result of that coming back to him, but not in a grumpy WhatsApp message or a really long WhatsApp message. He will be able to see it through actually a lack of attention from you, and it's going to come through in your actions. So we want to really learn that our words aren't the only way that we can get really great at communicating. So the first thing we're going to really talk about today is creating an opportunity for him to invest. So this is all about how can I send him that first signal? How can I get this whole thing started by creating an opportunity for him to step forwards. So dating, remember, whilst he might think dating is this linear process where he's like working away through the levels of trying to get to know you better, it isn't like that. It in fact isn't that he makes the first move, he asks you out, he tries to kiss you. Dating is a two-way process. And it's about our contribution, which can still, by the way, be really feminine. It can still be subtle. It doesn't have to be in your face, is a way of, again, inviting him to create that investment. And we really want to see if he's going to invest because, first of all, you should be looking out for the guys at this stage of dating who are trying the hardest, who are really showing you that they're showing up from day one with those amazing partnership qualities. So we want to, and a great way of sort of filtering for that is by creating opportunities for him to invest and then seeing what he does with it. So I've put down a few ideas. If we look at the middle one, looks like I'm going to have to steal your. So this was actually a line, if you like, that I used a lot when we did a lot of in-person coaching where we were able to take women out and teach them how they could get better at meeting men in real life. So if you turn around, for instance, at a bar and say, oh, whoops, sorry, looks like I've stolen your space at the bar. Or say you're in a running group or you're about to go in a cycling group and you're like, looks like I'm edging ahead of you on the starting line. Or, oops, sorry, I guess I'm pushing in. If you say that with a tone of playfulness, again, the fact that you've said, oh, looks like I've just stolen your seat, or looks like I've just stolen your space at the bar, or is it okay if I steal your space at the bar? Or looks like I'm just about to edge in front of you on the starting line. when you say something like that to a guy, initially what information he immediately gets from that is that you're not talking to him in a way that is very formal and that is very serious. You're actually able to invite him to contribute because he's getting this playful vibe from you that says approachability. So when we say things in a more playful and more unusual way, we're communicating approachability. Now, the other way that you can do this is, or another idea, there's many ways, is again, you can set up a little challenge or something that he might like to do. So if you said, I have a major craving for, and I actually did this, funnily enough, this is the exact words that I said one day after I'd been at a gym. And it was shortly after I'd met the guy that would go on to be my husband and baby daddy. I walked out of the gym that day with him, and I just said, you know what, I've got a major craving for some fruit or something juicy, you know. And bless him, he looked around and he saw that there was a shop that sold fruit about 20 meters down the road. So he walked me down the road and he bought me some fresh peaches. And then he walked off and didn't ask for my number, and I was flummoxed by that. But the point was, it gave him a good opportunity or something that he could grab, something he could do for me to show that he was interested in me and to show that he was being responsive to my needs. And it also gave me a really nice, clear indicator that, okay, this is a man who's really actually listening to what I'm asking for, and he's trying to build that connection with me. And I think a lot of the time, maybe it's because we're in this modern world where, and believe me, I'm all down with the modern world. I would not want to go back to the 1950s, just to qualify this as a statement, because I am sort of a proud female mumpreneur, and I think we're the women's rights, feminism, I'm into that. However, I think sometimes because we are so good at looking after ourselves, like we're so good at paying our own rent or building our own careers or taking ourselves on amazing solo travel adventures, we build this self-reliance where sometimes we feel pretty awkward asking for assistance with anything, when actually it gives us a great opportunity to flirt and to engage with the world around us. So start to be a little bit cheekier and don't be afraid to playfully suggest or ask for assistance with things, whether that's some fresh fruit or, you know, even if you're at a coffee shop and you could say, oh God, excuse me, would I be the worst person ever if I asked you to watch my laptop for 5 minutes? So you can also notice that by asking him to do this little thing for you in a way that is playful and also in a way that creates tension. If you say, would I be the worst person ever? Or is it okay if I ask you a huge favor? The person on the receiving end of that thinks that you're going to ask for something massive. And when you just say, oh, hey, can you watch my laptop for a second? It creates a really nice little mini roller coaster of emotions, which again makes someone feel that excitement to be in your company. And it's also sending out those really feminine, flirty signals to him. I also want you to notice that even though I'm talking to a group of ladies online, I'm still, I'm doing a little bit of a flirtation in terms of how I talk. And my hand has gone towards my chest. I'm tilting my head. I may be saying things in a slightly different way to what I would do normally. So it'd be, would I be the worst person ever if? Notice how you can also use your body language, your tone of voice, to really help you communicate your message. So this is all about how you can start to invite that attention in. And it will feel like, am I putting myself out there too much? Am I making this too easy for him? Often when I'm coaching women about how to meet men in person, that they will have a big thing of resistance around that because they don't want to be seen to be coming on too strong or anything like that. So the idea really is to learn, as I said, how to create that awesome balance between inviting that attention in, because for you ladies out there, it's so good to be able to feel like, whether it's online or offline, that you can meet men pretty easily and that actually there's really great guys everywhere that will help you to feel abundant, to feel sexy, to feel attractive, to feel that self-worth. And then also to remember that you can actually have very high standards for who you choose to be in a relationship with, because you're sensing all this amazing flirtatious energy all around you. But it comes from also subtly changing actually how you're engaging with the world. So if you are having lots of dates or dating app conversations that are a bit flat at the moment, think about how you can contribute to this process.